Hi, and welcome to the Christian Shopping Channel. I'm Dinelle, and I'm so excited about what we have here today. We have the Tabernacle. We have with us Judah Engelmeyer. Judah, thank you for coming.
Thank you for having me.
And you are here with us from MosesTabernacle.com.
Correct.
Tell us about this amazing product.
Well, thank you. MosesTabernacle.com is simply a website that is trying to present what happened way back 3,000 years in history. I'm excited to be here to talk about it. Most people heard about it through pop culture when the movie Raiders of the Lost Ark came out. Mm-hmm. What they don't know is that 3,000 years ago, in real history, the Jews were exodusing from Egypt, forced out, and God commanded them to build themselves a dwelling place, to build themselves a place of worship, and that place of worship was called the Tabernacle. Mm-hmm. Inside the Tabernacle was the Ark of the Covenant, but the entire structure was the Tabernacle. Exodus, the book of Exodus, describes in detail on how it's supposed to be built. Every piece of wood, every piece of gold, how it's supposed to be etched, cut, everything. It's very specific and very intent. So back in the 60s, a gentleman by the name of Moshe Levine, who felt that there was something missing from his life, heard a calling. He's a craftsman and decided to put that craft to work. He went ahead and took 8 years out of his life, and his son Helix helped him out. He went ahead and rebuilt a scale structure of the tabernacle based on biblical commandments. He did it piece by piece, etching by etching, molded the gold, didn't stray, didn't use modern technology. He used his bare hands to do it, to mold it, to melt it, to model it, everything. And what came out was a scale replica of the tabernacle, which is now on display in a museum in Tel Aviv. Based on that, he built a colored book, what you see in front of you right now, a coffee table type book, mm-hmm. which describes in detail the work he put out in front of it. Here's the Ark of the Covenant, as you see. Mm-hmm. And in it are scriptural passages, along with editorial notes from him on how he did it, what it took for him to build it, and his thoughts on the process. Ultimately, the book came out and was a very big success. The state of Israel issued stamps, commemorative stamps back then, in honor of the book. They were so proud of it. And actually, not really in honor of the book, in honor of the tabernacle itself mm-hmm. and the work. So what happens is, come to the 21st century, and Helix Levine, 40 years later, wants to pay tribute to his father. So what does he do? He reissues the book, digitizes the photographs, which you see in brilliant, brilliant color right here. But it's not just a book about the tabernacle for him, because Helix believes in the state of Israel and believes in the cause that Israel fights for. He lives in Israel, and he sees the soldiers getting up there and fighting every day. Mm-hmm. And one thing they need when they're up on the Golan in the cold regions, they need cold weather clothing. Mm-hmm. The government doesn't always have the money to provide that for them. Mm-hmm. So for every book that's purchased, a set of cold weather clothing and gear go to a soldier but serving in the Golan, serving in the cold regions of Israel.
Wow.
It's his calling to do so, and by doing that, he's paying tribute to his father. But by also doing that, he's paying tribute to a task that he took on with his father years ago. And since then, 40 years later, he's become a master on the tabernacle itself. He speaks around the world. He has a doctorate, and he speaks around the world on the tabernacle, on the need to rebuild it, on the importance of what it stood for, and the importance of what it stands for right now. And that's essentially what it is. When you buy the book, you're donating clothing to an Israeli soldier. You get a commemorative little card with it's going to be a signature and a stamp and a certification from Helix Levine inside, along with some stamps that were already cleared by the state of Israel back when. And this is the packet, and this is a calling from God, a calling that Helix Levine had, and now you can have it too.
And this is amazing, folks. I am a huge fan of, if I can say fan, of the story of the tabernacle. I'm sure those of you watching as well. This is one of those pinnacle moments in Bible history that we all have studied and that we all know about. And those who don't even know the Bible, you know about it from Raiders of the Lost Ark. So now you get to know the history behind it. You get the notes. And I noticed in here that it's actually also in Hebrew, right?
Yes, he takes the original scripture in Hebrew and puts the Hebrew text, then puts the English text, and then puts his own notes on his work involved in it.
Wow, what a full tabletop coffee table book that this is actually going to be. Not just something that's pretty to look at, but a lot of history involved in this. So where are you going to get it? You're going to go to MosesTabernacle.com. You'll see it at the bottom of the screen. MosesTabernacle.com. You'll be able to get your hands on this book, get the commemorative card as well, and send some warm clothing to those soldiers who are on the front lines in Israel. I mean, what a great way to sow into being a blessing to Israel. This is such an amazing opportunity, something that you'll treasure, pass down to your children, be able to teach them. Thank you for watching. Thank you for coming, Judah.
My
Such
pleasure.
a pleasure to have you here. I'm Dinelle with the Christian Shopping Channel. Have a blessed day.